The world is quietly reassigning value, not based on effort, not based on intention, based on who can still deliver when pressure rises. Most people won't notice this shift immediately. You feel progress is slowing down, opportunities are passing by, more effort but very less return. The signal is already active. Average performance is no longer neutral. Crowds are forming in the middle, competition is exploding at the bottom, and the top remains thin. This is not unfairness, this is competition. Because when systems tighten, they don't look for enthusiasm, they look for reliability. Reliability under stress, reliability without supervision, reliability without emotional negotiation. This is what makes someone difficult to remove. This is not about being impressive. This is about being valuable. Value that doesn't fluctuate with mood, value that doesn't collapse under pressure, value that remains useful when conditions change. That kind of value is protected. Most people misunderstand how this works. They believe standing out requires visibility. Some people think growth comes from attention and they chase recognition before contribution. That is actually backward. Real leverage is built quietly. That order is actually backward. Real leverage is built quietly. While others explain plans, you complete work. While others negotiate conditions, you execute standards. Standards compound faster than motivation ever will. Here is the truth most people avoid. Being unreplaceable has nothing to do with being gifted. Talents get noticed. Talent also gets substituted. Being unreplaceable is about dependability at a level most people refuse to maintain. Showing up when energy is low, delivering when the task feels repetitive, that is where actual development happens. Anyone can perform when excitement is high. Few can perform when the day feels neutral. Neutral days decide everything because neutral days reveal identity. Identity is what remains when motivation fades. Identity is what operates when no one is watching. Identity is what systems rely on. The long game. The long game. The long game is where people break. They chase intensity, they spike effort, they burn fast. Then they fade. We should take a different path. Reduce the noise. Simplify decisions. You repeat what works longer than what feels comfortable. That patience creates an advantage others mistake for luck. Nothing here is accidental. Consistency under boredom is rare. Boredom filters people faster than difficulty. Difficulty excites. Boredom exposes who we are. Those who move through boredom without quitting end up controlling outcomes later. This is how discipline evolves. First, the discipline feels forced. Then discipline becomes routine. Eventually, discipline becomes automatic. Automatic behavior is power. Power is when output stays high while emotional efforts stays low. You stop chasing motivation. You stop waiting for clarity. You operate from level of discipline. You execute under pressure. Pressure changes everything. Quiet preparation. Your preparation should not be loud. Your preparation should be methodical. One skill sharpened deeply. One process refined repeatedly. One output finished consistently. This formula looks boring to outsiders. That's why most people don't do this. There is a moment that arrives quietly. No drama, no emotion, no announcement. The moment arrives when urgency disappears. Not because you slowed down, but because you are finally aligned. Aligned people move efficiently. Misaligned people move loudly. Unreplaceable people do not fill their days with activity. They eliminate unnecessary decisions. They remove friction. They simplify execution paths. They protect energy like capital. Because energy once wasted never compounds. Leverage and position. When pressure increases, systems don't reward effort. They reward predictability. Predictable output, predictable execution, predictable results. Predictability creates trust. Trust creates responsibility. Responsibility creates position. Position is where leverage lives. This is why unreplaceable people are rarely the most visible. They are the most relied upon. When something must be done correctly, their name surfaces automatically. Not because they demand it, because history supports their authenticity. That history is built one finished task at a time. No shortcuts, no compression, no hacks, just accumulation. Accumulation done long enough becomes authority. Authority removes competition without confrontation. Others compete for space. You occupy function. Function is harder to displace than talent. Talent excites. Function stabilizes. Stability is priceless when conditions fluctuate. Understand this clearly. You do not become unreplaceable by doing something extraordinary just once. You become unreplaceable by being dependable always. Dependable in output, dependable in execution, dependable under pressure. When that becomes your baseline, replacement stops being simple. Stop asking how to stand out. Ask how to become expensive to lose. Expensive because of consistency, expensive because of clarity, expensive because of results. No announcements, no performance, no validation seeking. Only evidence. Evidence builds position. Position builds leverage. Leverage builds freedom. Not freedom from work, freedom of choice. Choice of direction, choice of place, choice of terms. There is a point where effort stops feeling like effort because the work disappears. The resistance disappears. You are no longer pushed by emotion. You are pulled by planning. Your actions no longer depend on excitement. Your output no longer depends on pressure. It moves because it is who you are now. Most people keep restarting, resetting, promising resolutions. Step out of that loop. You do not wake up asking what to do. You already know. Only execution follows. Your presence changes. Less talk, less explanation, more clarity. You rely on systems. You rely on output. You rely on proof. Proof built slowly. Proof built quietly. Proof built without permission. That becomes your position. Position becomes power. When pressure arises, you don't flinch. When conditions change, you do not panic. When others hesitate, you move precisely. You are special. You remove the noise. You remove inconsistency. You stand on your rules. You stand on your output. You stand on the work done when no one is watching. This is the moment. This is an identity that compounds. You don't wait for the future. You fit in your future. You are not competing for space. You occupy function. You are not easy to remove. You are not simple to replace. You are structurally necessary.